I wanted to really put forward true service and products that the customers actually value or will benefit their everyday life. Then the stickiness will come, and then in the long run, the commercial, monetization will come. So I think that's something that's quite unique to Tencent, and you don't actually see that in a lot of places worldwide, even Facebook or YouTube or Google. Okay. Let's start with the comparison between these three groups. Right? Let's start with Google. Google, of course, started as a search engine. There is definitely that customer benefit and interest in there. So I search what I want to search. I get the results from Google, and also more accurate results because of that accurate algorithm. But once they accumulate enough users, what Google does really is to start taking advertising. So I will have paid results. So advertising revenue becomes Google's number one, source of revenue. So for a company that relies so much on advertising revenue, they will probably come up with even more products and services to draw even more ads revenue. But for Facebook also is quite similar, right? Facebook is a social media. In terms of nature of the platform, is different to Google. So it is a social media. So social media is to draw users to come onto this platform and interact with their friends, and get to know more friends, make more friends, and then share their moments and all that. But again, once they have enough users, they also start taking ads, right? But what Tencent has done with WeChat, they started in 2011 or 2010, I remember, 2010, January 2010. That first 4 years, they actually say no to advertising. They actually started getting a lot of users very early on already, and very sticky. The users actually try very, hang out on that platform a long time. I mean, according to the talk that we had yesterday, the statistics from Tencent was more than 80% of the users spend more than an hour a day, and like more than 30% of them spend more than 2 hours a day just on this platform. And I think they're almost all of them, at 97% of the 760 million users get into the apps on a daily basis more than 10 times. So that's a very sticky behavior, and they got that stickiness quite early on. But instead of hurry or rush to start accepting advertising, they didn't do that. They look at, okay, what more can I do to start including onto this platform, that my users will rely even more on this platform as day goes by. So the opportunity cost, I guess, or the cost of change platform will be quite high for the users. So what they have done then after that was start putting in place, they call it the official account, which is the company, a lot of the company's account, media accounts. Those are there to provide information to the consumers, whether it's information about product or news or market or anything, genuine information. Then they bundle payment, so that you have information, and then they stop having a pay information. Then you can use your bank card to pay for stuff that you wanted to purchase. So advertising actually came last. They only started saying yes to advertising, and that was only an experiment last year. So this year they only started really seriously thinking about, okay, now how can I monetize? And I want to monetize, but without compromising the user's experience. So I don't want the users to be bombarded with lots of ads on their moments. So me as a user, I think on a daily basis, I won't see more than like 2 ads. Maybe I just happen not to be the target for those ads that they push, but I just, I don't see a lot of ads. So I think that's the difference between Tencent with WeChat versus the other groups. But if you look at the revenue, the overall company's revenue breakdown, the ratio, Tencent's advertising revenue is not the major source of revenue for this company. But if you look at Facebook, if you look at Google, the advertising revenue actually is almost a dominant source of income for them. It was a frustrating experience for advertisers and agency early on, because we wanted to go to Tencent and say, we want to spend money on WeChat. And they say, no, I don't want your money. So it was frustrating. But I think that make the company even more unique. I think advertisers and clients actually respected it. So that's why they waited sort of patiently. They know somehow there must be a way that we can work together. But Tencent is just being very cautious about how do I introduce brand? How do I introduce advertising? So they're like, I'm not saying no to brands. I'm not saying no to marketeer in the very beginning. But what they are saying yes was, I want you to come onto my platform and open a company account and start providing brands information, product information to the consumer. So that's a different way of marketing. It's just not hardcore, sales message, right? So they're not saying no to marketeer. It's just they wanted to encourage completely different brand and consumer relationships that will be taking place on their platform. Yeah. So it's not a conflict. It's we as an agency, becomes a very important bridge between clients and the platform. We have to spend a lot of time getting to know this platform and getting to know why they say no, but why they say yes to something else. So our job then to turn around, to explain to the advertiser, this is actually more beneficial to your brand. And also to do the company account, it actually forced the agency also to start thinking, so if we're trying to do marketing on a platform that does not take hardcore advertising, what do I do? It actually forced the agency to start thinking, okay, I probably need to change the way I view marketing, I view advertising nowadays to consumer. So I think I can see more benefit than conflict out of this whole procedure.